Hey y'all! Welcome back to my channel, Ruby Does Stuff. So today I am starting a new category called Ruby Recaps. Sorry, excuse my language. So what I'm gonna do is recap videos I watched, movies I saw, books I read, podcasts I listened to, just to give you a little insight into some really nice books, movies, and different things. So today I'm recapping an episode of the History Chicks. I cannot speak today. The History Chicks are hosted by Susan Vollenweider and Beckett Graham. I love it so much. It's my main source of history since I am homeschooled. I choose what I learn, sort of, I guess. And one of my main resources for history is History Chicks, for sure. And so today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Emily Post. You know Emily Post. She was, in a lot of people's minds, a strict Victorian mum. And I guess you could say she was that, but she was a lot of other things. She was an architect, an interior decorator, and most of all, an amazing person. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her today. Well, Emily Post was born to a woman and a man. I don't know their names, so I'm just going to refer to her dad as Dad and her mom as Mom, I guess. So Dad, I guess, was an architect, and Mom was a society lady. They met when they were taking her parents were taking the mom abroad to Paris to go to a finishing school when they met the dad. And they said they were going to do the finishing school, and then they were going to get married. It was not a love match at all. So then Mom and Dad got married and had a baby on the way. Emily Price Post. She was born on October 27th, 1872. We don't know what her birthday is because they had a child before that. So there's some controversy about where her birthday is. But I'm just going to go with that one because that's what it says on Wikipedia. I know Wikipedia isn't the best resource, but I'm just going to go with that one. So, her father was an architect, and he decided that he was not really going to, he wasn't going to train under another architect person. He was just going to study some buildings. He did that mostly when he was on his honeymoon with Emily's mom. So then Emily is born later, and he's establishing himself as an architect. Emily's mom's dad is a really famous dude who has a lot of connections. So what can they say? They hire him because of that. He's using a lot of nepotism, I guess you could say. But they're a rich family and society balls and all that glory. And, yeah. And so Emily has short hair, is really cute, but there's not much stories about her when she was a little girl. There's one, but it's like she was really upset because she got a dollhouse, a tea set, and her boy cousin got a train set, so she got really mad and threw the tea set into the koi pond. So, not a really good story. But when she was about 8 or 9, she started accompanying her dad on all of his business meetings, which is so cute. But no one really thought about that like that then, but then they would nudge each other and be like, do you know who his father-in-law is? Shut up. And so, I guess, yeah. And so she would do that. He made her a little work table, and it was really cute. But then as she got older, he kept saying to her, if you would have been a boy, you would have been an amazing architect. So as her debutante year approached, a debutante year is when you get presented to society in the olden times, and that's when you're up on the market for marriage. And so she was her mom's project now, I guess, which was sad for her. So she went to all the coming out parties when she came out, not coming out like we think of it now, coming out to society. And she was, it was all the rage. She was very popular, but then she stepped back and hanged out with her dad. Then she met Edwin Post, and they were married. I'm just going to say he was a butthole. He was really unfaithful, not a good guy. They had 2 children, Ned Post. It says on Wikipedia his name is Edwin Post, but it's really Ned Post. And Bruce Post. And they were in the thick of society, really. And then they moved to Staten Island, and no one really knew what to think about that. And, well, yeah. Excuse me. And then, well, she, I forgot to mention, she went to Miss Porter's boarding school growing up. Sorry, I'm trying to get through a lot of things here. Bruce was unfaithful. Edwin, oh my god. Edwin, her husband, was unfaithful from the beginning, and yeah, that ship has sailed. They had separate lives, and she was the belle of society, and well, as long as everyone knew that he was being unfaithful, but as long as they kept appearing together at social events, it would be fine. But then they stopped, and all his bad business endeavors and everything got a hold of it, and they divorced. Her kids went to boarding school, and she decided to write. She wrote a bunch of books. Actually, no. She writes a couple books while her husband they're still together, and one of them is called Woven in the Tapestry, where the husband drops dead. Wishful thinking, I'm guessing. And a lot of things about what she wished her marriage could have been. So, yeah, not a good marriage. They divorce after that, after what I just said. And she wants to write a book about etiquette or something. But she ends up going around the world with her 2 sons. And when they go back, they went in this amazing convertible because her son was a college age and old enough to say no to his mommy. And so that happened, and yeah, that was fun. But then the World War broke out, and the French were trying to use his cars, any car for the war effort, but Ned actually stopped them, probably with some folded piece of paper with dollar signs on them, I'm guessing. And then she gets approached to write an etiquette book. She's really hesitant at first and then writes it. She becomes really famous. Then she goes to her publisher about writing a book about going around the world, around the country. And so she takes her best friends and goes around. Then, after that, she spends her years, does a radio column. She does a bunch of different things that are really cool. You can research that more, but since I only have a certain amount of time because I gotta eat dinner, I'm only gonna tell you a couple. She writes a bunch of magazines and some other novels that don't do as well. And then she becomes kind of old, and she makes a retirement community for the old people of society. And in her last years, she had dementia and couldn't really see anybody, and she died. You can look her up more on Wikipedia and something. There's the Emily Post Foundation. You can see more about that. And, well, yeah. thank you guys so much. And I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and everybody who looked at it. And please tell your friends about my show. And I really appreciate this. This has always been my dream to do this. And I'm really happy about doing this. So thank you so much. Also, stay safe and healthy. And I will see you next time for my next video. Bye!